everyone, Chris at Lamin-x, and today we're doing a clear headlight installation on this 2023 Ford F-150. So it's a mighty nice, smooth, pretty, but big headlight. But before we get started, the main thing is prep. So we are going to clean off this lens, clean off this light. I'm using today a kind of like a quick detailer, but you can use this straight water. But the key is cleaning off this lens as much as possible. And you're gonna have to go through every single square edge. This vehicle is fairly new, so we don't have a lot of imperfections. We're just gonna clean the headlight off, and we're just making sure any bug guts, dirt, debris is all completely removed. It's just kind of inspecting every single square inch of this thing thoroughly, because when you install your Lamin-x, it will trap any of that debris that you didn't clean off, and it will be there forever, staring at your face. And every single time you're looking at your install, you go, man, I forgot that bug gut that's still smashed underneath there. So make sure you take your time cleaning off very thoroughly. If you have some rock chips and damage and imperfections on the light, don't worry about it. The adhesive and the Lamin-x is thick enough that will mold into those imperfections and clear it up, and then you won't even see them anymore. That's how awesome Lamin-x is. All right, so it's pretty thorough now, but the key thing is we're just using a paper towel. The paper towel will end up leaving some lint, so we need to make sure that we use a microfiber towel afterwards to make sure any lint is completely removed from the light, and kind of wipe it off, even blow it off with a blow dryer if you need to, but make sure you're in a clean environment. It's not windy, polleny outside and all of that. All right, now this area is clean. Now, we're going to take our sprayer that comes inside your Lamin-x kit. It's a fairly small sprayer, so you're just going to fill it up with distilled or filtered water, and you're just going to basically be misting this light. That's all we're going to be doing. Not so much that it's dripping, but just kind of give a nice lubrication layer onto the lens. You just kind of just mist it all kind of clear and white. I'm going to mist my fingers here, and then we're going to take our clear headlight kit. This is our clear headlight for the driver's light here. We notice that you have kind of these things sticking out. These are all your handling tabs on this kit. So it allows you to install the Lamin-x and handle the Lamin-x using the handling tabs without having to put your fingers on the adhesive of the Lamin-x. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to start pulling the liner off from the Lamin-x, the paper liner. Careful not to pinch itself. Just take your time, make sure it doesn't tear, not stick onto itself. All right, so just kind of let it droop. All right, so here's the kit. We're on the inside of the plant here, so it's about 70-some degrees. So it is a nice temperature to be installing your Lamin-x. So if you're outside and it's a lot hotter, that moisture may evaporate out relatively quickly. You may find yourself respraying again prior to tacking this down. And I am just lightly tacking it down. I'm kind of like, all right, I'm gonna kind of loosely line this up. And really, the best way for an alignment is to kind of go with our straightest line. And our straightest, flattest line really is on the inside here. So I'm actually going to use that as my positioning of how I'm going to align this kit. And quite honestly, I'm one too terrible of a first tack on alignment. So I'm going to pull back up, just kind of make sure. I'm just kind of loosely tacking it down. I like to generally start on the most flattest surface area possible. So which is going to be in this area. So I'm literally going to start applying this down first and then working my way out. There is a lip all the way inside this whole area here, and we're going to kind of work our way into that lip and then up and out towards the outside edge. So what I'm going to do is then spray the outside layer of the Lamin-x with the remaining moisture here. It's just kind of a lubrication layer for our squeegee, so we're not grabbing onto it, and it helps kind of less scratches on the Lamin-x. And if you do get some scratches on the Lamin-x, it's all right. The film is self-healing, and those scratches will go away. All right, since we have a moisture up underneath here, what we're doing is we're trying to escape that moisture out from underneath the Lamin-x. So we're going to basically be pushing it out towards the edge. All right, you may have some air, water pockets or bubbles in here. What you can do is use that handling tab, pull it up, and just kind of squeegee it down. And in this case, I've got my squeegee. This comes in your installation kit. I'm using my 4 fingers on here and just kind of use a nice broad stroke distribution on that squeegee to get all that moisture out, pushing it along towards the edge. And then make sure that the Lamin-x was lined up along the edge of the light here. We're pretty close to it, which is pretty good. All right, so I'm just kind of working my way out towards the edge, pushing that moisture out, kind of a medium type of pressure. All right, so I'm gonna lift this back up. And then what we're doing is, as we're doing this, we can kind of massage the Lamin-x in the direction that we want it to go. Lifting the Lamin-x up here with the handling tabs. There we go. And I'm gonna move around this edge here and kind of tuck the Lamin-x into this corner. Got a little moisture here, so I'm just gonna reapply that down. All right, so now we're getting into the lip area. And basically what we're trying to do is tuck the squeegee in here into that lip area, also while allowing that moisture to push out and evaporate out at the same time. Using the corner of the squeegee, it's kind of a tight little lip in here. Kind of goes in and kind of makes a lip. It's kind of just a weird shape, kind of curves in. So you kind of got to tuck it in, because otherwise it's going to leave you a big air pocket as you're trying to move your way outward. All right, so now I am going to try to move my way outward, but I'm just going to move about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. I'm not going to go do this and then do that, then do this and then do that. I'm actually going to do the whole thing, kind of moving my way 1/4 of an inch at a time, all the way around, to working my way out towards the edge, because then I'm distributing the tension out consistently, and it's preventing any large areas to bunch up during this install. This is going to be kind of important during this installation video, so to remember that. Again, working my way evenly all the way around. Now this light seems to have kind of a 90, it kind of bends about 45 degrees off to the top and around to the side. But we got it installed flat here into the lip and then onto this other flatter area here. And now we're going to do the final areas all on the outside. Again, I'm just gonna kind of move this 1/4 of an inch at a time. And again, we're doing this with some clear Lamin-x, which is, the most popular. People just may not want color, they just want a clear on here to keep the headlight looking new, prevent it from turning cloudy and hazy over time, protecting light from rock chips and damage. So it is transparent, so maybe a little more challenging to see in the video, but it's not as a cool factor with a colored Lamin-x, but it just does its job, and clear Lamin-x is our most popular color option for headlights. All right, now we kind of got to push all the way to the edges, kind of tucking in these handling tabs. What you can do is you can do a couple of different things. Some customers like to trim them off, cut them off, but other customers just, hey, I'll just tuck them in after I install it. All right, so now we're working our way to the top here, kind of bending it around 90 degree here. And again, you can tuck in that handling tab. Again, if you have any air pockets in here, the film is breathable and porous, so what will happen is, if you don't want to pull it back up to try to reapply it, just let it be, put it out in the sun, and after a week or two of curing, they will disappear and evaporate out after a couple weeks of curing time. And it will actually look absolutely perfect and flawless. All right, now, that's basically an installation. You can install it without even trimming off those handling tabs if you want to just tuck them in. Now, it looks like we got, kind of a slight, maybe as far as alignment not being exactly perfect, we have a little bit sticking out. What you can actually do, this is where your Lamin-x trim tool comes in handy, right? So here's our official Lamin-x trim tool. We're going to extend the blade out about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, lock it in place. So in this case, it's kind of sticking out here. All I'm going to do is kind of go along the edge here to trim it, relieve that tension. And I'm just going to tuck it up underneath. Eliminates that. And if you find yourself kind of in the corner here, like this is where this lip is kind of where the most challenging, and it may lift up from this lip on the inside. What you can easily do is just kind of follow along, just kind of do a relief cut inside that lip, You don't have to cut all the way through the Lamin-x, just kind of score it. And then you can just kind of tuck it in. And this will allow you to have that Lamin-x tucked into that lip relatively well without lifting up on you. Instead of tucking the handling tabs in, you'd rather trim them off, just take your trim tool and just score the outside of the Lamin-x. Here, you don't have to cut all the way through to damage it. Careful as you go down here. If you're going towards paint, maybe go up instead of down towards it so you don't slip and damage your paint. All right, there's your clear Lamin-x installed on this 2023 F-150 headlight. To keep it looking stock original, keep it looking new. We guarantee Lamin-x will last at least 5 years, but if you wash and wax it while you wash and wax the vehicle, the Lamin-x can last you a decade. Any imperfections, you know, air pockets, bubbles, moisture, cloudiness, don't worry about it. That will all evaporate out over time, and Lamin-x will do its job, taking the rot chips and damage, keeping it from turning cloudy and hazy on you. Yep, so this is for your 2023 F-150. If you need to find one for your vehicle, just go to our website, Laminx.com, select a year, make, and model, and purchase a pre-cut kit or universal sheet for an installation. And if you have any problems or any questions, just give us a call, hit us up on live chat, or email us at help@laminx.com. Thanks. Have a great day. Take care.